Hey guys, it's me, Bethany. Before I jump into the video, I just want to keep a promise that I made to a friend and shout out my good friend Therian Girl. She has a YouTube channel, check her out. I already subscribed to her. And Finley, I hope you're having so much fun at CR with all our friends. And yeah, tell your brother I said hi, and Journey, of course. And I hope to see you soon. So yeah, just had to keep that promise. Anyways, this is Tilly. She's about 5 months old. We got her from our local shelter, and we got her April 30th, so about 2 months ago. Tilly was found at 11 weeks old, abandoned at a park. Someone had her and just left her. They just left her there. I think our theory is someone paid good money for this dog, and then she was just too rambunctious, too destructive, because she is. You can see right here, she's destructive. But she's a puppy, right? So she's gonna grow out of that with proper training and stuff. But yeah, so someone had her and just decided they didn't want her anymore. And the saddest part is, like, you can take your dog to a shelter and just be like, I can't take care of it anymore, and they will take it, no questions asked, for free, give it veterinary care, like everything, no questions asked. So it's just sad that happened, and I don't even know who left her. Like, I don't even know who they are, but I hold a lot of resentment for that person, which is something I'm working on. And you might be thinking, like, but she's a puppy. Like, she was probably just lost. Like, somebody lost her and they want her back. So I asked the shelter when we got her, how do we know that this isn't somebody's puppy that ran away and they're looking for it, and after we adopt her, they're going to call you and say, hey, you just gave away my puppy that was lost and I want it back. And the shelter workers, they were phenomenal, and they basically told us, like, that's not the case. They said, they see it all the time, dogs just getting left at parks. They have several dogs there in the shelter who were found tied to trees, and people just leave them there. And when Tilly was found, her paperwork, like when we read through her file, it said she was found confined. So they weren't sure, because the shelter people weren't the ones who found her. They weren't sure whether that meant she was in a crate or a box, or, like, we just don't know. But she was confined with no food or water. She was lethargic, scared, weak, and the only reason we know that is because a Good Samaritan, or an angel for all I know, found this girl and took care of her and brought her to the shelter, which is just the right thing to do. And I've never met that person, and I never will, but I'm just, like, so grateful to that person, because now, she's ours, and she has a home in our family and in our home. So yeah, it's just sweet. That's my foot, girl. And, like, don't get me wrong, like I just said, she's a lot of work. She's ruining our couch. She's getting better with it. She's teething. She's crazy. She's rambunctious. She bites us. because her gums hurt. She jumps up on the couch when she knows she's not supposed to. She's not allowed on the couch because this girl is going to be huge. She's going to be a big girl. Tilly, no. Here. Here. Not my hand. There you go. Yes, good girl. So that being said, like, she's so much work. She takes up all of our free time. I work part-time. My husband works full-time and is in school right now. She takes up all our free time. But I would never and could never think about abandoning her. That is just crazy to me. So the story of how we got her is just crazy. We got so lucky. We just happened to be the first people to see her on their website. Like, it was early in the morning. She had just come in the night before. And actually they thought, the shelter thought she had parvo because of how weak she was, and not sickly, but she wasn't right, you know, like with her energy, and she had no energy. Tilly, no. Here. And by the way, she likes it when we hold the bones for her because she hasn't figured out how to, like, hold them in her paws by herself. So, yeah. So she'll bring us her bones, and she, like, wants us to hold them for her, but so she had been brought in the night before. Oh, you want that chew? Which chew do you want? This one or this one? And we just happened to be the first people to see, like, oh, the shelter has a puppy. We weren't planning on getting a puppy. We were open to, like, a grown dog, just, you know, young enough that we think we have the capabilities to train it right and well. But when we saw her picture, my husband was like, we need to go visit her. And it was a weekday. We were at a doctor's appointment for my husband that I had wanted to go to as well. So we were in the waiting room, and her picture popped up on their website. I was scrolling through it, and we had been looking for months. Like, seriously looking and half-heartedly looking for like a year, I would say. And of all the dogs we saw online and one that we visited with in person, we didn't get that feeling that it was right. And, you know, getting a dog is such a big commitment. I thought I knew it was going to be a big commitment. I had no idea how much work it was going to be. You know, because she's a puppy, but we just really wanted to have that feeling of, like, this is the right dog for us, and we didn't have it till we saw her. So, yeah, and we had seen another, we think she's an American lab, by the way. We'd seen another lab from a different shelter online, like, only, like, 5 or 6 months old, beautiful dog. And we were just like, we don't have that feeling, you know? Like, when you know, you know. So, yeah, so we were, like, at the doctor's office, and the shelter, it was probably, like, 9 or 9:30, and the shelter didn't open until 10 a.m. And my husband had to go to work after, so he was like, okay, she's a puppy, she's going to go like that, because everyone wants a puppy, right, from a shelter. So, he was like, you need to call as soon as they open, and see if we can meet her. And I was like, okay. So we're like in the doctor's office. The doctor was taking forever, but we're like back in the room, and he was like, all right, if the doctor doesn't come in soon, it was like 9:55, you know, like, you should step out and go call. And I was like, okay. Well, then the doctor comes in and talks to us for like, I don't know, 10 minutes. And then we're like running out of there. My husband's like, all right, I got to schedule my next appointment, but you can go call. So I go step out and call. And I was like, hey, this is who I am. My husband and I are very interested in Delilah. The shelter named her Delilah. And the girl was like, oh yeah, so you guys filled out an application a month ago, but it was for a different dog. So you guys need to come fill out a new one. And the story behind that is we had met with a dog. I might have already said this. I can't remember. We had met with a dog and realized he just wasn't right for us, so we didn't commit to adopting him. but we filled out an application to see, like, hey, are we approved or not? Because they, like, check where you live to make sure, like, you can actually take care of a dog, you know? Like, because some apartment complexes don't even allow dogs. So we had been approved, but she was like, you need to fill out one for her. And I was like, okay, like, I'll be right there. So my husband goes to work because he's got a big boy job with responsibilities and he can't just dip and be like, hey, I can't go to work today. So I go over to the shelter and fill out the application, and she was in a foster home. They didn't even want her in the shelter because I think, one, they were at capacity, and two, like, she was a baby. She was half the size she is now. And it's funny, she went to the other Jew. So she wasn't even there. And filled out the application, and they were like, okay, we will contact the foster and call you to figure out when you can meet her. So they get back to us. They were like, can you come back tomorrow at 5? I was like, yes, we will be there. So anyway, we were approved. We went back. The foster brought her. They were the nicest couple ever. And we got her. And because the shelter was at capacity, Tilly was free, which just blows my mind. Because even if you get a puppy from a shelter, they still cost money. The most expensive shelter puppy I've seen online was probably like $800. And is that better and like cheaper than spending $2,000 on a puppy from a breeder? Yes, but that's a lot of money. So we were expecting to pay like a few $100s for if we got a puppy. The grown dogs are a little cheaper, but she was free. And all the dogs that month were free because they didn't have any room left. So yeah, we got so lucky. And the day we got her, the shelter people were like, yeah, her applications are maxed out. Like, you guys got really lucky. Everybody wanted her. And so it was like a miracle, you know, because I just happened to open the website that day and look. And we just happened to be the first people to get an application in. And this is the craziest part. Okay, this is my favorite part of the whole story. I was supposed to work that morning after the doctor's appointment into the afternoon. This is so crazy, guys. While we were looking at the website when we first found her, I was like, well, Dylan, I don't know, like when I'll be able to get over there because I have to work until like 2 or something. And he can't just leave work. So he was like, we were trying to figure it out, and then I get a text from I'm a nanny, so she sees a fly. I get a text from the mom I was going to be working for that day. She's like, hey, my son has an ear infection. He's been up all night. I don't want to like cancel on you, but like he's really sick. Is that okay? And I text her back right away like, hey, this is the situation. There's a puppy at the shelter. Like, this works out better for me because then I can go see this puppy that we really are interested in. So she was like, oh, I'm so excited for you. I'm so glad it worked out this way. So if my work hadn't have been canceled, we wouldn't have gotten this dog because I went over there. Like, they opened at 10. I was there by 10:30 filling out an application. It was a God thing. Like, it was crazy. And she's going after that fly. But yeah, so that is Tilly's story. But this is just the beginning, you know? This is just the beginning of her story. And we already love her so much. I got little scars and scrapes all over my hands and legs. She loves to teethe on us and our furniture, but like, she's gonna grow out of it. Like, she's had accidents. She's potty training. She's a baby. Like, and I could never I could never imagine leaving her anywhere. So that will never happen. No matter what. She's made me cry. She's pushed me to my limit. She's put me, you know, past like my patience boundary. Like, she's a lot of work. I don't have any free time anymore, guys. I haven't painted my nails since we got her. You know what I mean? Ow, no, ma'am. So like she does stuff like that. So she's a lot of work. And like that hurt. That her teeth are needle sharp. But like she's ours and she's never going anywhere. And I love you. So yeah, I just wanted to share. This is the reason I haven't been making any videos on either of my channels lately. Or Twitch streaming. That has been out the window. I haven't done that in forever. But I just wanted to introduce you guys to Tilly. And I'm sure I will be sharing some fun videos with her this summer. We're going camping in August. I can't wait. She's going to love it. You got to go outside? Okay. I got to take her outside, guys. But yeah, I love you guys. And I will talk to you later. Bye.